just like supposed to hide that. I clicked hide. Welcome back, everyone, to another Monday night chill stream. It is what is it? I don't even know what day it is. It's November 20th or something like that. It's Thanksgiving week, so it's probably going to be a short week for a lot of people here in the U.S. of A. A lot of people are going to have Thursday and Friday off. Big travel week at the airport. Whatever. So we got to do a show. There's not a whole lot going on really. I don't know if a lot tonight because it's just the holiday week. Everything's just moving along. Tonight we're being sponsored by Big Water. Again, another sobriety stream because I drank the other night and I don't want to drink tonight. There's no work on Sunday. Saturday I ran around a little bit, but Sunday was nothing. So I said, once the clock passed a certain hour, I was like, you know what? I'm definitely not working. So I decided to relax. With my friend, the Demon Alcohol. And then I said, all right, enough's enough. Can't do that like two days in a row, whatever it was. Enough's enough. So let's do another another hydration-powered chill stream. Okay, with stuff we got to go over. We got this updates. What's happening? What's happening with my pills, my transgender medications, all of these pills? Did I grow a third boob? Or the answer is no. I did not. I did not grow a third boob. But thanks for asking. So what's up with that? I've been taking it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're 50 milligram pills. Overall, some mild positive benefit. First off, no negative side effects, no visual disturbances, no other noticeable side effects. And it's better. I fall asleep a little better. I am definitely not sore when I get out of bed in the morning. I get out of bed way easier, not sore, not nearly as stiff as I have been previously. So it's making me think the stuff is having an effect. So fall asleep a little faster, not sore in the morning, generally in a brighter mood, and also less depleted after a workout. So first week, the transgender medication is going pretty good. So just keep it up and see if nothing else, you know what, for what I spent on this, it's like 6 months worth of pills. It's like $91. If nothing else, it's as good as any supplement I've ever taken. So, but let's see if this doesn't, crank it up higher and higher because it's only a week. It's only 1 week, but things mostly moving in the right direction and no negative side effects. So what more could a growing boy ask for? I don't know. The other update, what's the update? The other update, the stock market, option contracts. I got that list of stuff. Everything that I listed like 9 things. AMR was 162 last week, 166 this week. That one I didn't buy. CEIX was fine last week. That one I didn't buy. TDW was 32 last week, 28 this week. That one I didn't buy either. So that one was down. INSW, $45 last week, $45 this week. Even Stevens. SGML, this one I bought. $35 last week. $28 this week down. PBF $46 last. Bad sign. No, I'm back. All right. So whatever. PBF 46 last week, 46 this week. TH, which I did buy 13 last week, 13 this week, and STNG 47 last week, 53 this week, which I did buy. So my accounts are look because I got 1 winner, 1 even, and 1 down. But It's again, this is the best 6 month strategy. This is not the best 6 days strategy. So not a whole lot of worry. The title of tonight's stream, bit of a clickbait title, but the inverted swastika. And for anybody that's, if you, people on social media make the fucking mountains out of molehills. But the swastika symbol is just a Big Dipper as it appears at 4 different points in the year. That's all it is. Those L-shaped thing of stars, they didn't see it as a cup. They just saw the L shape. And when I say they, I mean everybody. Everybody fucking saw this. But depending on where that L shape was in the sky, it was straight up, it was off to the right, it was down by the horizon, it was over on your left. That's how they told when the seasons were coming. It was like a big clock in the sky, and that's when they would know how to plant and whatever, and learn and watch for the seasons to change and make sure don't go sailing in the winter because the winter tide, the winter wind's going to sink your boat, that kind of shit. That's all it is. All right. And what I'm doing with the equities markets is, and I think part of the reason why it really runs this way is that it's the inverse, right? So following the seasons as the heavens indicate, right, is what everybody does. But if you're against everybody, right, if you're the chosen people and everyone's meant to be your slave, and you love to reverse things and turn everything upside down, and we know what we're talking about, right? We know which stiff-necked peoples we're talking about. You're going to invert everything. So when these people make money, the reason why the best 6 month strategy works, in my opinion, and this is my theory, I don't know for sure, but it's a pretty good theory, is it starts in November and ends in April. November is the end of the natural cycle of everything. Like everything's harvested by November, right? That's it. Autumn's here. Nothing else is growing. The pumpkins are done. Nothing else grows on trees or no whatever, no wheat, no fruits, no nothing, right? So it's that's it. Everything dies during winter, and then it comes back in spring. So, and these people wanting to be the opposite of everyone they meet to be opposite of natural. So that's why I think the best 6 month strategy works, because up until the 1920s, the early part of the 1900s, the stock market always peaked in August, which is kind of like harvest season. You know what I mean? Like the high summer, not harvest season, but high summer. And once the Federal Reserve was created to April, you know what I mean? It shifted to earlier in the year, but that's because they started it. They started putting the money in November, whenever. So that's what my pet theory as to why this method tends to work. And since we're only 6 days into it, we got a long ways to go. But so that's what that really means. And people can't figure it out because they're looking at it in the wrong way. The sports ball guy I was talking to, he was bitching about they used to be like, apparently there used to be all kind of data from sports ball. So I understand everybody's doing this and they're all doing it with money in mind. Used to be able to, like, they used to like measure the speed of a football pass. Sam Bankman-Fried, hey, welcome from the Bahamas. Mr. Bankman-Fried has joined us in the chat. Where's the chat? Chat's over there, right? Whatever. If I lost anything on crypto, I'm sorry. I truly am. Well, I have not lost. Thank you, Sam. But I'm a self-custody guy. I got all my Bitcoin safe on my signing devices, on my ledger devices, multiple devices. So I lost nothing. But we're gonna have a chat about you and your exploits. But a lot of fun. I guess you are watching the show from your beach chair. You're in your $30 million mansion or whatever villa in the Bahamas. So nice to have you here, sir. Try not to spill the rum daiquiri on your beautiful clothing. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried, this guy still in Bahamas, still outside the reach of U.S. regulators and everything. So we got to talk this. tons. Um, if it will actually show up with you, it wouldn't even show. All right. So have it on my end. I get most of my financial insights from you. I find that hard to believe, sir. I find it hard to believe you have 2 degrees from MIT. You are a member of the tribe. You dress and dress. I wouldn't deny that it's similar, but you're not. I wouldn't say you're coming to a high school dropout who delivers boxes for a living for financial advice. But if you did, you'd be in better. You'd be you'd be in a lot better shape. But earlier today, so November 21st, 2022, from Watcher Guru, but it's all over Twitter, it's all over a bunch of different platforms. U.S. prosecutors investigated FTX months before its collapse. So U.S. federal investigators were looking at this company and its shenanigans months ago before it collapsed. So what happened? You know, I mean, what happened is somebody said shut it down. Somebody said shut it down, and it got shut. Who has the power to do that? Where is it? This is a power, not anything, but consumers involved with the Ukraine, and back in the days there was that Russian opposition leader Navalny, who they were trying to get to challenge Putin. And then the Russians were screaming how the CIA was funding this dude, and everybody knows he's a CIA guy. I don't care. Was also a CIA guy, but yeah, this story admittedly it's from Vice, which is not the greatest, not the greatest source, not the most reliable source, but it's fairly declarative statement that the CIA director, William Burns, said the agency has a number of different projects focused on cryptocurrency on the go. So Sam Bankman-Fried, this is my personal theory. Sam Bankman-Fried's from MIT. MIT has its cryptocurrency study group or whatever the fuck. The last person who tried to upgrade Bitcoin with BIP 134 was from MIT. And the CIA early on in Bitcoin's existence became interested in it, and primarily as a way to transfer funds without having their people in the field. You know what I mean? Like the old school days of the 1950s, where they take suitcases full of money, fly to Iran, and go into an army base in Iran and literally give a suitcase full of $100 bills to Iranian generals to overthrow the government. They don't want to do that anymore. That's the old school way of doing it. Plus, you kind of have to be a ballsy guy who's able to navigate the world that way. And the dorks that run the CIA are like Sam Bankman-Fried. You know what I mean? They're stupid, slovenly retards who have been handed advanced degrees. They've never done a lick of work. I'm not talking about physical work. They haven't even done the math in their fucking heads. Like they can't do kitchen table math. They're all just born geniuses, and they're given given an A on every fucking. Every time they drooled in their fucking notebook, the fucking teacher gave them a fucking A. That's the reality. The chick that was his supposedly research girl or whatever, they said, oh, she's a math genius and she loves Harry Potter. Yeah, those two things are actually mutually. People who are math geniuses are not Harry Potter people. But, everybody just wants to make money. At the end of the day, they don't care how they make money. If somebody promises you this guy can make money, he's going to make money, right? So how did this guy get, and his family's hooked up with MIT, and his family's hooked up with all kinds of shit and regulators in the federal government, and they fucking write laws. This kid is protected by the fucking devil himself. and he's now and in my chat because they're waiting for a deal to be made where he does not get arrested, he does not get charged with any felonies. They're trying to figure out how to shift the blame onto other people. They're probably maybe going to shift it onto the guy that runs Binance out of Dubai. I don't know if it's settle on from all of this, and it's good. Blah 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 blah. Where is it? Part of the other thing about the early of the history of it is Bitcoin was used. The primary use of Bitcoin in the early days was to go to online poker. There used to be online poker websites. They're all out now, but for dollar. Hey, welcome to the show, sir. And Bob Paxson. Let's talk about Sawastika and crypto. Paxton, I thought I fucking banned you. How did you get in here? It's like Simpsons where the bartender throws the guy out the front door and the guy, as soon as Mo turns around, the guy's right back in the bar. That's Bob Paxton, for Christ's sake. So in the early days of Bitcoin, it was used on internet poker sites. And amazingly, you might find this a shock, but the regulatory officer at FTX was embroiled in a notorious online poker cheating scandal back in the early 2010s, 2009, 2010. So the guy's name is Dan Friedberg. Dan Friedberg, another member of the tribe. So everything, and I suspect that the intelligence agencies, particularly to pay off people worldwide, it's useful to them. How much they manipulate the market is probably a lot, because they have enormous sums of money, and so that they get to do whatever they want to do. It's a technology they can use to their advantage. However, they freed the nappy-headed retard, in charge of this, and him and his group of Harry Potter fucking idiots fucked up something like massively. You know what I mean? Like, oh, just let the boy do it. Just let him be in charge of the covert operations. Let him be the front man. And he just fucking completely screwed it so bad that all the people in behind the scenes of Washington, D.C. are going, how do we fucking fix this? Like, how do we fucking, you know what I mean? How they're gonna rescue this kid from this massive fuck up? I don't know, because a lot of people, big money people, are really, really, really in his $30 million mansion for permission to come back to the United States once the deal is done. The deal isn't done yet. They haven't figured out how to do this yet. So that's that. My streams have started. Bob Paxson wigging out in the chat as usual. Man, you got to get on some meds. You need some sort of lithium or something like that. I myself am currently medically enhanced. Although not with psycho drugs, metabolic drugs. But to give you an idea of the scale of this, of scandalous, just come on. There we go. Here's a list of the 19. So in 2013, and sitting or got hacked or lost or whatever you want to call it. Um, but at the time in 2013, Bitcoin was like $10 for a Bitcoin. You know what I mean? No, it was a big deal in the world of Bitcoin, but nobody's ever heard of Mount Gox because it was only a couple of $1 million, maybe 20 or $30 million. And it didn't seem like a great deal because it was just geek money for degenerate gamblers on the internet playing online poker sites. FTX, I got circled at the bottom here, lost 70 Bitcoins. That's like just over a tenth of what Mount Gox lost. But the problem is Bitcoin is now, I think it's 16,000 or so right now. So it's $16,000 a piece. You don't have to lose a lot more Bitcoin. Like you can lose a tenth as many Bitcoins, and it's a 10 times bigger scandal. So, but there have been plenty of others. Bitcoin billion, and we're not sure how many billions they've lost. Did load them to himself, and these for Sam Bankman-Fried to come back. And again, they have to blame someone else. I think they got Chinese that live in Dubai from CZ Binance, whatever the Binance exchange. I think they're going to try and blame him somehow. Because he's in Dubai, American. That happened. Great, Sam. And he's not going to get to that little whatever the next Moshiach, the Moshiach of the Bahamas, who is I understand how I send these to myself, and I don't always from like 2 weeks ago. Not a real here, but nothing surprising. It comes, Paxton, you are really wigging out. Sam Bankman-Fried has just told you he's right there in the chat going. All right, this is from uh, 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 where's it from? The, Reed, Sam Bankman-Fried. Don't be dramatic. Don't be dramatic. When work is slow, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So I burn up all the whatever how many gigabytes of data I have. This is a show run on a shoestring. You know what I mean? It's not a production value use. You don't come here for production values. You come here for the takes. We're going to elect a Catholic king to be in charge of America or some shit like that. So or whatever other ones they got running around. I don't know. I don't even know them all. But what happened? What fucking where? All right. And why will it not show me the screen share? Hey, come on. Now I'm starting to. This is really. It doesn't normally. Share screen. Here we go. Oh, fucking, it's going to do it again. It's going to mess with me. Is it ever going to show up? Oh, it might. I like me down here like a little tiny person. Oh, here it is. It's eventually. Patience. Patience always pays off in the long run. To start a 12-week digital dollar pilot. The problem with this is they're really not ready for this. So that is, they're not ready to do that. It's not going to happen. Will you please just, now it won't even go away. I think my is yours. Professor Paul can stream from anywhere. James in New Jersey, Trap House. He has access to internet that I just don't want to spend the money on. I think he gets it as part of his rent or something like that. why should I him away? Because once again, your hot take Evan Freed and the others in the chat, uh, because you have the fucking attention span of a fucking gnat. Like right now, there's only the eternal now. That's why I say you're a bunch of communists. There's only the eternal now. There's never and whatever. You just take another. You just take another bright shiny pills you take that keeps you out of the mental hospital. JP Morgan has just filed a patent for a cryptocurrency wallet that would be black and white. They just filed a patent for JP Morgan wallet, JP, right, which was made up. Okay. The original JP Morgan was in on that deal. They have filed a patent for their own software wallet. So they're going to be selling you crypto or Bitcoin or something. Okay. So the idea is now, see if that works. Let's see if that works. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, I cannot. I cannot afford any high current comment. Will that work? No, I'm going to get unhappy. I'm not going to get unhappy. I'm going to have some water. Tonight's show sponsored by Big Hydro. Don't find yourself thirsty in a Wow. Decent Wi-Fi. We're gonna have to go. Yes, this is so bad. This is really. This is really professional. Let's go. I'm just going to continue. Is this better? Is this going to work? This is working really, really. It's me, and uh, uh, that's that. Oh, this fucking sucks. Oh, this. I don't know. I'll try to make it better. I'll try. Wow, this is like this is fucking uphill sledding right here. This is some seriously uphill fucking. Our piece who've been trying to get Bitcoin to change the code because they know that Bitcoin can destroy the entire. So here's Greenpeace uh, screwing up. They deleted the mine Bitcoin by putting the computers underwater and reducing the noise and whatever. But so Greenpeace tweets, uh, you know, the noise pollution and the emissions way to mine crypto. What they didn't, and then they said it in bottom in quotes, looking at you, Bitcoin. What they didn't know is who's really shitty propaganda efforts used to work really good, change. But there's we can get out of here, reduce the pain, reduce the agony of this terrible. But our friends in China are doing their part for the propaganda. I saw this on Twitter and it was great. Tweet about China. They talk about the Chinese to a park, right? And you walk on the grass and you're not supposed to walk in the grass. The facial recognition, walking on the grass, they immediately take it out of your bank account. And then they also pledge. I don't know what you can do it. I haven't seen it, but that's what the 21st century is going to be. The authoritarianism you're going to live under is going to be absolute. And if you spit on the sidewalk or you walk in the grass in a place where you're not supposed to walk in the grass, you're immediately going to in real, or whatever real money is, whatever currency you use. So this is a variation of that, communist totalitarian utopia. Driverless taxi pulls up, you scan the QR code on the rear windshield, enter the ride password, then wait for the robo-taxi to verify your COVID passport. And if the QR code is green, it will take you to your destination. And I had a video of this. And it almost like one of those Boston Dynamics robots that run around and do a whole bunch of stupid shit. And you think, oh my God, the robots are here. The robots are here. And trust me, the robots are here. The taxis in China that will not let you in unless your smartphone tells the taxi your latest COVID booster. All these videos flying around social media, whether it's Instagram or whether it's Twitter, and Twitter's the primary platform here, is designed to just to convince you that this stuff is around the corner, and it's not around the corner. Central bank digital currencies in the United States are not around the corner, because that means they would have to get rid of every single bank. That means everybody at Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, Citibank, everyone gets fired. None of them will ever be necessary if there's a central bank digital currency. They're so far behind the curve with this. They're trying to make it appear like, oh, we've almost got this ready. We're just going to run a quick trial I have no idea how they're going to do, what they're going to do, but it's likely to be a massive failure. In the meantime, JP Morgan goes ahead with its software wallet, and I'm sure Goldman Sachs will come out with its software wallet, and they'll start selling crypto to the general public, the people who buy stocks or whatever, the children of boomers, etc., because they know that the children of boomers are interested in crypto and not in legacy finance or traditional finance. So they're gonna change their product mix and the services they offer to take your money. And after this FTX debacle is over, and after it's forgotten, like Mount Gox was forgotten, and like everything else was forgotten, life will go on. Life will just go on, and but the future, Derek's in the chat. Right now is you're gonna get a lot more Bitcoin for a lot less money. Are you gonna get rich next week? No, you're not. You can do something like I'm doing with an option play, or you can just use the best 6-month strategy to buy and hold some sort of equities. And to be honest, if you look from November 1st to today, everything's up like 20% ish. Almost everything's up. So you can you almost can't lose. You buy November, you sell in April, rinse and repeat, and that's the way to go. This advertisement in the Wall Street Journal, nobody paid for it. They just put it in there. Centralized crypto network. Bitcoin, and then it says in bold type, Bitcoin is not headquartered anywhere. Bitcoin holds your assets. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Bitcoin cannot trade against its users, and Bitcoin is real-time, transparent, on-chain auditing. So yes, you can trust Bitcoin, but the truth is you don't have to. Bad actors have been losing people's hard-earned money since the beginning of money. You deserve a decentralized system where you don't have to trust anyone or any other institutions. That's the promise of Bitcoin. The only thing you need to trust in is the code. Everything else is transparent, immutable, and verifiable to all. There's no need for regulatory. Suck. You have to embrace the suck. A lot of people don't know what that. I just typed in the chat. I'll put it up on the screen. There's a phrase amongst people who do really difficult, scary things. It's called embrace the suck. When shit sucks, there's no point in complaining about it. There's no point in wishing you weren't there. Just embrace it and then do the best you can with what you have. So that's what I'm doing. So that is what I'm doing, and you have to do it as well. And if you don't want to do it, you can go to a show with a much higher quality of fucking production values and hear stupid shit that you hear everywhere else. Let's see what the end of it was. There's no need for a regulatory framework that will make the future possible. It already exists. The system has been updated. So that's the Wall Street Journal giving a free advertisement to Bitcoin. So for everyone saying Bitcoin has zero in position to all the Wall Street guys, ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell is another company that's also mining Bitcoin. So you have these big oil companies gearing up for this. Things will clear out. There'll be regulatory clarity. The government will step in. A bunch of these scammers will be gone. I mean, this guy will still play its games behind the scenes, but it will become a much more reliable environment. Right now, you have to be a little bit of a risk taker. But now you won't even remember who the fuck Sam Bankman-Fried was. You really won't. You'll be thinking about something else entirely. I was thinking about Twitter and the power of Twitter. They had that big deal with Trump coming back to Twitter, right? And so Elon Musk turns on Trump's Twitter account, and Trump doesn't come back. And I was like, you know what? That's the end of Trump. He's not going to. And I realized that Trump used Twitter so brilliantly back in 2016. He literally bent the entire world to his Twitter account. You know what I mean? There were foreign governments that had hired people full time just to look at Trump's Twitter. Government. That's how important that was. He can't leave watching what social media site he's on, Parler, or whatever the fuck it is, Truth Social. It's a total shit show. It's worse than Gab. It's lower down than Gab on all the rankings. So he doesn't come back to Twitter. He doesn't win. I don't know if Ron DeSantis can win. Can DeSantis beat Biden? Maybe. I mean, if you look at the midterms, either people have sobered up and realized there's not much is going to change, or the people rigging the elections behind the scenes are like, okay, let's not win by 81 million votes. Let's by 81,000 votes. You know what I mean? And they've dialed it in. They're more relaxed. They're more in control now. And they'll just, when 2024 comes, they'll win by just enough, but not a mega margin, and Trump is absolutely finished if he doesn't use Twitter, and he's not going to use Twitter. And I posted that on Facebook to Ziggy the Polak, and Ziggy the Polak was a big who's a real guy, by the way. He was a big Trump guy, and when I posted this on Twitter, he's like, yeah, true. Ziggy's like, he's given up. When Ziggy gives up, when you've lost Ziggy the Polak, Donald Trump, you have lost your most ardent supporter. You just have all the men, the lunatics, and the grifters. And I don't think that's enough to win the White House. You might have gotten in once, but you're not going to get in a second time. Not with that. So finished, almost always finished, almost completely finished. But listen, life goes on, and a lot of stuff. What else? Shit, fuck it. I'll just show part altogether. Maybe this part will work better. The point is, if you think long term, then Bitcoin's going to be there for you, right? If you want to save your money in a way that is not controlled by the Federal Reserve Bank, you use Bitcoin, or you buy bars of gold. I don't care. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. You decide to do whatever you want to do. If you say, well, I don't want to wait for Bitcoin, I don't want to wait 10 years for Bitcoin, use the best 6 months strategy. Like Google. If you can't do that, go find yourself, learn to code, learn to weld, literally go to welding school, and then you can get a job anywhere in the world. Joining two pieces of metal together, because people need skilled labor, despite what you think. Like everybody watching this, I shut it down. But everybody watching this, if it wasn't for like oil field workers, I had these pictures of those guys that putting the sections of pipe together, and those fucking giant sections of pipe with those big fucking spinning things, and they're covered with fucking mud and fucking shit. These huge fucking machines that spin and clamp, and you could lose fingers. You could lose your entire fucking hand. These guys are doing this off the fucking, in God knows where, all over the world. And without guys like that, you'd be living in the fucking dark. You know what I mean? you'd be living in the dark, riding a horse and using candles. So if you were lucky, but you'd probably just be living in the dark, freezing to death and starving. So there's a lot of skilled labor out there that is critical to civilization functioning, and they can fucking talk all the shit they want to green this, green that, green the other thing, but the electrical grid is not set up for them to shut off Queens and the Bronx and only light up Manhattan. It's not set up that way in New York City, and not set up that way anywhere in the world. So a lot of this, whatever environmentally sound governance shit, is going to fall flat on its face. You think a big world that are fucking unnecessary. Yeah, that this is going to crash big time for these billionaires and for these whatever the fucking World Economic Foundation people. Nobody tells them no to their face. Nobody tells them you're an idiot. This is not going to work. You don't do that because you finally made it to that inner circle and you've got this cushy fucking spot. So all you do is you tell whatever lie you have to tell. You shift blame onto someone else. You know what I mean? Shift responsibility and blame onto someone else, and then grab as much credit as you can. And well, that could work on an individual level. The ideas being promoted are gonna break down. You know, there's oil is going to be with us for your lifetime and beyond. So will natural gas. So will a bunch of other things. You're not going to be fucking driving an electric car to the solar panel factory. You might as well fucking, ride a fucking unicorn to the end of the rainbow to find the fucking pot of gold. It's just those are equally ridiculous fantasies. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So, and the more people try and sell you this, the more you know it isn't going to happen. So you can safely ignore it and almost always do the opposite of what they say, because you're going to be better off. You're going to be better off. And you have to remember this. Remember this phrase: embrace the suck. Embrace how much shit sucks. Because shit's going to suck. There's no way around it. Shit's going to suck. Biden's going to win re-election probably. We'll go to a uniparty America, just one political party, and it'll be great. It'll be the greatest America ever. The fucking economy will boom. They'll do all kinds of shit, and everyone will go, yeah, uniparty is good, and it'll go really good until we go off the fucking cliff. Except I don't know when that is. I'm guessing they say they've broken the business cycle. They said that in 2000. Insanely works. Oh, we've broken the business cycle. We're in an entirely new territory. If they say that, be scared. But the stuff that they're saying now, oh my God, recession, this, that, layoffs, blah, 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 blah. The layoffs are to pump up their stock price. When the more you cut fucking employees, the more Wall Street loves that. Wall Street fucking loves unemployment. They love cutting fucking employees. Love it. Inflation, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Screaming all sorts of shit. The more the billionaires in the world are going to be smooth sailing. It's when they fucking, we've ushered in a new era of prosperity for everyone. That's when you got to watch. You know what I mean? So the billionaires are not your friends. Think the opposite of what they tell you, and what else? I don't know. This whole thing is so much of the show was a disaster because of this shitty internet. But whatever. Okay, so like I said, no, I have not grown a third boob. Still going with the clomiphene. The options plays. I got one down, one even, and one up. We got 6 more months. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Now I'm looking up here and the connection's all smooth and good, and it'll keep going. But for anybody that stuck through this for the first fucking hour, you probably want to fucking kill yourself if there's anybody even left. There's like nobody left to I'm out of here. I will not embrace suck. Yes, you must embrace the suck. It's a sobriety stream, again, funded by Big Hydro. Um, what else? What was I gonna fucking say? I don't know, that's about all. That's all I'm saying. I think it was such a fucking mess this week. But when work is slow, I just spend all day on YouTube and I burn up all my high speed data. So you get a crummy show on Monday. But hey, at least I'm not crazy drunk and yelling at people. I banned Bob Paxson again. So Virgil Doc. I banned Bob Paxson again. Let's see if he stays banned, or if he comes back next week. People can hold to pay attention to because they're richer than you and they're smarter than you. They're just richer than you, and they're good people. They were never good people. They're not going to be good people, not even by accident. So, and you have to consciously, deliberately push back when they go. Elon Musk says, and now it looks like the show is going to fuck up again. I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah. Purple Heart, everybody else who showed up, everyone's God bless you. If you stick through this to make it to an hour and nine in the reruns, thanks for showing up, guys. I will try to do better next week. After the 26th, my data plan renews. So it should be, so that means next week's show should be less sucky. I'll have more updates on the transgender medication, more updates on the markets, and maybe some news will actually happen. That'll be interesting. But with that, again, thanks everybody for showing up and tolerating this bullshit. I'll talk to you guys next week.